Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday the 1st of April. It's Easter Sunday and it's also the first daily reading for the new month. And I always think that the first reading of the month has added significance because it shows how we start the month, and I feel that gives us a bit of an indicator of what that month is going to be like. So let's have a look at what the cards want you to know. And I'm using the Cosmic Tarot here. So let's have a look. And I'm just being guided to shuffle the cards a couple more times. Okay, so we have the Hermit. We have the Three of Swords. And we have the Lovers. Beautiful. Okay, so this card is so beautiful. I'm absolutely in love with it. The Hermit is about shining the light of truth onto your inner self and really getting honest about who you are and what you stand for and the way you think and the way you are in the world. So it's about solitude, it's about power. We've got the Sun here and identity. Virgo, downloading information and analyzing the energy and the information about yourself. How do you behave? Do you gossip? Do you criticize other people? Are you someone who supports and helps other people? Are you a positive influence? Or what are you really about? You know, we all see ourselves one way, but then sometimes our actions can be very incongruous to what we actually feel on the inside. And if you ask yourself those questions, you have Jupiter here, you activate the good luck of the lucky planet, and this personal stock take is going to shine the light of truth on your inner self, on what's hidden, and that connects you with this star of hope that leads you into a more prosperous and happy future. The next card is the Three of Swords. And when you do personal inventories like this, you will have to look at some of the things which have caused you pain and which you're heartbroken about. You know, the thing is, if you behave in certain ways, if you go around criticizing other people, you do that because you've been hurt in your own past, you felt you're not good enough, and because you don't feel good enough, when you criticize other people, it's a way of building yourself up. It's a way of the ego feeling better about itself. So when you look at those harsh truths about yourself, it can feel somewhat heartbreaking. It can be devastating to understand. It's like, oh my goodness, I've been behaving like this. I've treated other people really badly, and I've become someone that I never thought I would be. Doing a personal stock take is one of the most important things that we can do. And it's also a very painful thing to really look at yourself and to ask yourself, what am I really like? Now, the good news is that if you go through this painful inventory, you transform yourself and you are able to transform the pain and the hurt and the suffering that you experience when you look at your negative behaviors, and you're able to transform them by forgiving yourself and by saying, I'm going to behave differently in future. I'm going to not just feel guilty and do the same thing over and over again. I'm going to forgive myself, and I'm going to stop criticizing people, and I'm going to support others, and I'm going to socialize more and not isolate myself, and I'm going to have hope, and I'm going to let myself be guided by the universe. And you make decisions and you follow through on those, and that's the process of transformation. And it's interesting that we've got this theme here of transformation on Easter Sunday. It's a Christian holiday, but it is all about transformation and rebirth. So this is a personal rebirth here for you. When you've gone through the pain and transformed it, you clear out the space, you let go of the negativity, and you create room for love to come in. So by facing the real you and letting go of the things that no longer serve you and that have become negative habits and negative ways of behaving, that all start out as a way of coping. You know, all our negative behaviors are just coping mechanisms. It's a way of escaping, it's a way of feeling safe, it's a way of trying to get through life. So forgive yourself for those, let those go naturally and easily, and you make space for love to come into your life in the shape and form of another person who you're then ready to actually love. You know, if you're still just criticizing and behaving in a way that's trying to save yourself from getting hurt, you can't make yourself vulnerable and be in love and be a good partner. So you make space to really create intimacy between you and another person, or that space that's been created allows you to connect with something in a loving way that really fulfills you. So it could be work that's really fulfilling, or it's living your life purpose and being on the right path, which then gives you a connection with the universe and allows you to feel the unconditional love of the universe. So this is a beautiful message on this day that if you really look at yourself and you don't shy away from seeing the good and the bad, and you see it for what it is, and you transform it. A good way of doing this is writing it down, I find, because when you see it in black and white, it often helps to show you what you're about, rather than trying to think it. In your mind, it's often very jumbled, and when you see it in black and white, it often simplifies it very much. And then if you write out your character traits and the ones you don't like and you want to transform, it's much easier on paper. So I would suggest you take this time. I mean, a lot of people are off work because it's a bank holiday and things like that. So take a little bit of time to look at yourself. It's going to serve you for the foreseeable future. It's on this day, yes, the 1st of April, but like I said, the first reading of the month gives an insight into the month as a whole. So this is a month of personal transformation, letting go of the old and negative so that you can bring in the new and loving and fulfilling. So it's a beautiful message here on the 1st. We've got 9 and 3, which is 12, and 6 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9, and 9 is about spirituality and completion. So do the personal inventory, but also connect with your higher self, your guidance, your spiritual relationship that you've got through a meditative practice or whatever spiritual practice you do. That's also going to give you the guidance and the strength to look at some of your negative traits and to transform them, because you can't just do all of this alone. It's hard. You have to ask for support and guidance that will be given to you, and then you'll be able to complete this transformative cycle and make room for love to come into your life. So I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. And in my personal readings, I use the tarot, I use astrology, and I use numerology. The astrology chart in particular, I am able to draw up by using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, there's something called chart rectification, which I can do to figure out your time of birth. So if you're interested in that, get in touch via the email. So I can explain how that process works. So once I have that info, I draw up your chart. It shows me what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are, what's destined for you in love, what character traits you have that aren't so great, that hold you back from being happy, for other things that support you and that are really positive, And I can also look at what's coming up in future in your love life, in your career, in your health, friendships, relationships, travel, when the best time is to sell and buy, moving, anything at all. So if you're interested in a personal reading, then do visit the website, gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order the reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.